Maker Faire is, I like to describe it as a cross between a science fair and family-friendly Burning Man. Intel brings a number of different tools, so development platforms, but development platforms that are easily accessible for people who aren't necessarily trained as systems engineers. And to help those people express their ideas at a really young age or without necessarily going through a full engineering course, it's amazing, and it's gonna change the world.
What we've started to see over the last few years, though, is some folks who are makers want to actually go off and turn this into a living, and this is sort of all in support of this Internet of Things idea. So this idea that we're going to have 50 billion connected things by 2025. And all of this is for sort of this maker community that's starting with sort of learners, sort of students, all the way up to people that are becoming entrepreneurs and launching their businesses on places like Kickstarter and Indiegogo and things like that.
All of these, all my little friends here, these are robots. They're all a part of the 21st Century Robot Project. And the 21st Century Robot Project is about open source 3D printable robots. We think that everybody should be able to imagine and design and build their own robot. So each of these robots is an example of how you can design and build the inside of a robot and then download the 3D files so that you can design the exterior and 3D print that and put it on it. And then because of the Intel Edison chip that's powering some of these, you can actually connect to your laptop, you can connect to your smartphone and your tablet and program the robot using apps, and you can personalize it just like you would personalize your smartphone. There's an entire generation of young minds who have never known a time when there wasn't the internet. They have never known a time when they couldn't go up to a screen, ask that screen for information, and get it back in under a second. All the students that helped us build these, that's the world that they live in. They are unencumbered by the past. So we've decided to dedicate this project to anybody born after the year 2014, because if we get it right, if we get the 21st Century Robot Project right, that will be the first generation who has never known a time when you couldn't imagine, design, and build your own robot.
I was in Rome doing a talk at the Maker Faire there, and Brian Krasaner, CEO of Intel, saw it. And I was at the Intel booth later in the day, and he saw me again, and he's like, I'm going to hire you. Next thing I know, I got the paperwork, and I was an Intel employee. I always wanted to build this cube. So previously I had built the LED cube before. That was one of my first main projects, I guess, after the air cannon. And then, so when I got the job at Intel, I was told to make something with the Galileo, where I'm like, awesome, I now have the opportunity to build this thing.
The Computer Clubhouse Network is a network of 100 programs in 20 different countries. We've been around over 20 years. The flagship clubhouse is at the Museum of Science, Boston. So we're here today because we have a partnership with Intel to think about how to bring technologies like Galileo to youth in underserved communities. So these youth are from our flagship clubhouse, and they come from Dorchester, Roxbury, Needham. And these guys from Intel Labs came with Galileos and a new kit that they've created called Connect Anything, which is trying to figure out pathways into doing robotics for kids that might not be identified as somebody that wants to learn about math or science or engineering. So all of these members created projects about Boston using the kits, trying to figure out how it works. So they're all different automata, interactive art installations using Galileo, microcontrolling, and robotics.